له فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله الله إلى كافة للناس بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون. أما بعد وقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه العزيز أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. All praises of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who originates everything, the one who creates everything, the one who controls everything. Nothing is happening in the entire universe without the knowledge of Allah and without the permission of Allah, whatever it may be, even our own lives. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing us with today of Yawmul Jum'ah, and those who are here, all of us who are here, fulfilling the command of Allah in the Quran. When the day of Jummah comes, try your best. Leave off whatever you are doing and hasten to the remembrance of Allah. My dear brothers and sisters, the year has coming to an end. And perhaps we may look back and reflect. And perhaps many of us may have some regrets. And many of us are making wishes. There is a difference in regret in this life and making wishes in this life in relation to the life hereafter. When we have regrets in this life, regardless of what it may be, we have the time to make amends for it in this life. And when we make wishes in this life, there are the possibility Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant us our wishes. But in the life hereafter, many will have regrets and they will have no chance of making amends for those regrets. In the life hereafter, many will make wishes, but those wishes will be of no use. So this is the life, my dear brothers and sisters, to have your regrets, to make amends for it, to make your wishes, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of us our good wishes. Those who are sick, they wish to get better. Those who are poor, their wish is to get rich. Those who are married, their wishes is to get married. Those who have no children, their wishes is to get children, and so on. All these are good wishes. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfill our wishes for us on the day, in this life. But, as I said, there will be those in the life hereafter who will have regrets. And there are those whose wishes will not be granted and will not be accepted. There is a difference between the living person and the dead person. There is a difference between the living person and the dead person. While we are alive, we cannot see beyond this physical world. We cannot see the unseen, even though we believe that they exist. We cannot see, if you bury someone in the grave and you look at that person in the grave, even if you cover the grave and come back and dig it up, you will not see anything abnormal. You will just see the person lying down there. Or things happen, but we cannot see. We cannot see the angels, we cannot see Jannah, we cannot see Jahannam. Our vision is blurred from those things. But we believe they all exist. But when a person dies, his unseen becomes seen. Listen carefully. When a person dies, immediately after that person dies, his unseen, which he could not have seen in this world while he was alive, like you and I right now. His unseen becomes seen. He's now being able to see. And so he sees angels. He sees Jahannam. He sees Jannah. And the beloved Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam make mention. He was walking on the path and he came across a grave. And he said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the person in that grave wishes to come back into this life. If he were to be given a choice, the person in the grave, if he were to be given a choice of having all of this world, everything in it belongs to him. Everything means everything. Choice. This whole world belongs to him. Everything is his. And he has a choice to pray 2 rakat. Person in the grave. You and I, if we have that type of choice, perhaps we will go for the dunya. We want everything. Because we are unable to see what is beyond this world. What is the reward? What is the punishment? That person in the grave, Rasulullah ﷺ said, that choice, he will choose 2 rakat. He will choose 2 rakat. Because he has seen what is the reward of 2 rakat. Which is nothing. Which this entire world is nothing in comparison to the reward of those 2 rakat. And he will say, oh Allah, send me back. I want to pray in 2 rakat. That's all. So you see, their unseen when they was in this life, now become seen in the other life, which we cannot see and comprehend. Of course, we hear and we read reward and blessings and benefit, but the reality is not here in our hearts. So we let these moments go by. We neglect these precious moments. Another person, the beloved Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, oh Allah, send me back. Please send me back into this world. I want to give some sadaqah. That person have seen the reward of giving charity. Whether it is $1, whether it is whatever. Oh Allah, please send me back. I want to give some sadaqah. I used to go to the masjid and I used to see a box in the masjid entrance, and I did not put anything. Wallah, send me back so that I can put something in the box. Wallah, send me back so I can give this orphan child something. I neglected the orphan. And he's begging and he's begging and he's begging Allah. So you see, that person have seen what we cannot see. So then we say to ourselves, I don't have to give no charity. Allah wants to give that person, He give. But the day will come when you will regret. That's why I said there are those of the dead who will have regrets on that day. We have chance, you know. We have the chances before us now. Another person, Allah will say, according to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, oh Allah, send me back into this world. Allah will say to that person, if I send you back into the world, what would you do? You want to build a bigger house? You want to open a new business? And the man will cry. The man will cry and he beg Allah, oh Allah, I want to go back because I want to join Jamaat in Fajr. I want to go to the masjid. Ya Allah, send me back. Ya Allah, I want to go to my parents and beg forgiveness for them. And he will go on and on and on. And Allah is listening. Think about the chances we have in this world, brothers and sisters. And the time is running out. The time is running out. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said that on that day, there are those who will make wishes to come back. There are those who will make wishes to Allah. And Allah will tell them, that is not possible. I want to share with you some of the ayat of the Quran in what people will be saying on that day. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from being among those people who will have regrets on the day of judgment. Many of you are familiar with the Quran. Many of you, we read Quran all the time. Perhaps we cannot grasp. But listen to this, brothers and sisters. Anytime you come across the word in the Quran, Ya laytani, and that is there in many surahs of the Quran. Ya laytani kuntum turaba. Ya laytani qaddamtu li hayati. Anytime you come across that word in the Quran, that means, oh, I wish. That's all it means, you know. Oh, I wish. This is what you are saying. This is what you want to wish could happen to you right now. I wish. Because you are seeing what is now presenting itself before you in the form of punishment and torment and persecution. So, anytime you see this word in the Quran, whatever comes after it will not be granted. It will not happen. No matter how much you wish, how much you wish, how much you wish. I want to take you through a couple of these ayahs so you'll understand the gravity of the individual on that day. In Surah An-Naba, the surah in the beginning, the first surah in the last juz. At the end of that surah, The wrongdoer will say, and brother, bear this in mind as well. This is not only for unbelievers, this is for us as well. Because some Muslims, may Allah, I said, protect all of us, but some of us will find ourselves in those situations. And because of that situation, we will say, وَيَقُولُ الْكَافِرُ يَا لَيْتَنِي كُنْتُ تُرَابًا. Oh Allah, I wish I were made dust. Good. So I won't have to go through this torment. On that day, in Surah Al-Furqan, ayat number 27 and 28 of the Quran, this is what the person is going to say. وَيَوْمَ يَعُضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي اتَّخَذْتُ مَعَ الرَّسُولِ سَبِيلًا. On that day, the wrongdoer, whether Muslim or not Muslim, he will bite his fingers. Sometimes we bite our fingernails. Why? Tension, pressure, uneasiness. So we're biting our nails, frightened. On that day, the wrongdoer will bite his hands and he will say, oh, I wish I had not followed. I wish I had followed the path of the messenger. Now, how many Muslims in the world following the path of the messenger? I wish I had followed the path of the messenger. So you see, Ya laytani, I wish. But that won't happen. That is not going to happen. You will not turn into dust. You are asking, I wish I were made dust. No, that would not happen. We are going to say on that day, my dear brothers and sisters, woe to me. Listen to this one. This is the Quran. I wish that I had never had taken such and such for a friend because he led me astray. Think about that one. Think about your friends, who they are. On that day, you are going to say, I wish I had not taken such and such a person for my friend. And in this world, he perhaps would have been your best friend. Now look what is the situation on that day. Because that friend had led you astray. On that day, we are going to say in Surah Al-Fajr, Ya laytani qadamtu li hayati. You see, everything is coming to an end, The year is coming to an end. That day we are going to say, in the presence of our Lord, I wish I had done more good in the life that was before me. This life. We are going to have regrets. I wish I had done more good. So I said the year is coming to an end. Reflect, think back. How much good we have done. And how much we didn't do. And how much more we could have done. So in this life you have some opportunities still available. You have some time still available before you. And we can make up, and we can change, and we can become better human beings, and we can become better Muslims. And we can find more time for Allah. Do you know? Sometimes they bring chairs to your eyes. We went by our brother home last night. We went, and there are quite a few members of our Jamaat in that situation right now. Perhaps they, in their mind, they are wishing. I could have done more. I could have done better. I could have been a better human being. I could have been a better Muslim girl. I could have been a better wife, a better husband. I could have been this, I could have... No, they are nothing. They are helpless. The only chance they may have right now is to beseech Allah and beg of Allah. Look at all of us here, alhamdulillah. Have the strength, have the understanding, have everything. And yet many of us are neglecting this life. Many of us are neglecting the ways of the Prophet. A man will say, Rasulullah said, a man will say on the day of judgment, oh Allah, send me back. I want to eat with my right hand. Think about that. I want to eat with my right hand. I neglected the sunnah of the Prophet. I used to only say that is sunnah, man, if you could leave it all. Now he wants to come back to fulfill that sunnah. So you see, we can go on and on and on. But I think the message has been put across. The year has come to an end, and our life is coming to an end as well. We are still above ground. And while we cannot see what the dead person is seeing, we know that it is truth. Because the beloved Messenger ﷺ said that is the truth. They will want to come back because they have seen what is on the other side. We have not seen that. And that is why we are careless and negligent. May Allah SWT, make our last deeds good deeds. May Allah SWT make our last deeds good deeds. May Allah SWT make our last words La ilaha illallah. We, as I said, we have time. We do not know how much time we have left. And the ayat I mentioned in the beginning of the khutbah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullah. O you who have iman in Allah, O you who have some fear of Allah. وَلْتَنْظُرْ نَفْسُ مَا قَدَّمَتْ لِغَدٍ. Think about what you are sending forth in advance. Think about what you are sending forth in advance. Don't let that advance be when you go there you want to come back. You know what will be the response of Allah? You know what will be the reply of Allah when we are begging Him to come back? Check up Surah Al-Mu'minun, Surah Al-Kafirun. And you are going to see that Allah SWT says, Kalla. Kalla means no, never, never, never. That is not going to happen. But this is the response of Allah. That is not going to happen. Kalla, kalla, never, never, never. And that's why I said, when you see this word in the Quran, Ya laytani, anything that comes after that will not be granted. Will not be accepted. Allah will not give you those opportunities again. Allah will say to you, I have given you time after time after time. I have given you year after year after year, and you did nothing. So you can't go back. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who will not be among such people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grant us the ability to do good in the remainder of our life, that we will not be among those people on that day, on the day of judgment. May Allah forgive us all and grant us goodness. And when we meet Him, He has a special place for us in His Jannah, inshallah. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمين.